Chapter 71, Kill People and Seize Bones, Destroy Haotian Sect. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 71, Kill the Sect and Claim the Bones, Destroying Haotian Sect. 3 days later, 200 miles east of Tiando City, Chen Changfeng stood alone at the only exit to the mountain range, effectively blockading the entire Haotian Sect. For a week, the Haotian Sect had been completely cut off from the outside world. Then, something started stirring inside the sect. 5 streaks of black light shot out from the highest peak, hovering in the air. Here they come. Finally had enough. Chen Changfeng narrowed his eyes, calmly watching the 5 figures in the sky. The lead figure was the second elder of the Haotian Sect. Behind him were the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 7th elders. The 5 stood tall, hands clasped behind their backs, projecting an air of dominance and arrogance. Second elder, who are you? Why are you blocking our gate and killing our disciples? I'm here to collect a debt. Chen Changfeng remained calm. Tang Xiao, Tang Hao, and Tang San, are they members of your Haotian Sect? What debt? Sensing Chen Changfeng's powerful aura, the second elder frowned. Tang Xiao is the current leader of the Haotian Sect. Tang Hao left the sect years ago and has nothing to do with us. As for Tang San, the Haotian Sect has no ties to him. What's your purpose here? Explain yourself. A smirk played on Chen Changfeng's lips. The Haotian Sect's talent for dodging responsibility is truly impressive. Fine, let me lay it out for you. Chen Changfeng sneered. I'm here for 3 reasons. First, to settle the score for Tang San, your rebellious disciple. Second, to claim your sect's inherited soul bone. And third, to destroy the Haotian Sect on behalf of the Qibao Glazed Tile School. The 5 elders gasped, settle accounts, take bones, and destroy the sect. It's all the same thing, why break it down? Qibao Glazed Tile School, so, he's acting on their behalf. So the Qibao Glazed Tile School isn't content with second place. The Brotherhood of the 3 Sects was a joke exposed by Chen Changfeng's interference. Why didn't the Haotian Sect receive support from the Qibao Glazed Tile School and the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex clan when the Spirit Hall forced their retreat? If they were brothers, why weren't there marriages between the 3 sects? If they were brothers, why was there no visible sign of a close relationship? Instead, there was competition for fame and wealth. The Haotian Sect considered themselves the best, and the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex clan didn't want to remain third forever. The Qibao Glazed Tile School, with its support-type soul masters, adopted a wait-and-see approach. By backing the Tiando Empire and its wealth, they rose to second place. The Brotherhood of the 3 Sects was for show. In truth, their relationship had long since broken down. No one wanted to admit it. Faced with Chen Changfeng's aggression, the 5 elders felt anger boiling inside. Madness. Can one person destroy the Haotian Sect? Before the second elder could speak, Lingyuan Douluo, the 7th elder, exploded in rage. 2 yellow, 2 purple, and 5 black soul rings appeared. No one has ever dared to be so arrogant with the Haotian Sect. You're the first, and I'll make sure you're the last. Lingyuan Douluo waved his hands, and 2 massive clear sky hammers appeared. 7th elder. Old 7, the second elder and the others tried to stop him, knowing that anyone who dared to confront the Haotian Sect alone must have something up their sleeve, but Lingyuan Douluo didn't care. He wouldn't tolerate such insolence at their doorstep. The Haotian Sect. The ultimate combat spirit. The 7th elder ignored the warnings. Does the world think we're pushovers? We might be responsible for Tang Hao, but that doesn't give the Qibao Glazed Tile School the right to point fingers. If they break with the Haotian Sect, they'll face the consequences of our 5-titled Douluo. Can the 7 Treasures Glazed Sect handle that? Chen Changfeng felt a pang of sorrow. Such imposing force. That's how the top sect should behave. Tough. He was laying out the terms, making it clear that the Haotian Sect would make the Qibao Glazed Tile School pay if pushed too far. Scorched earth. The Haotian Sect is all talk. Mighty Haotian Sect. Number 1 combat spirit. Chen Changfeng sneered, I said I'm here to destroy the Haotian Sect. That's a favor I'm doing for the Qibao Glazed Tile School. You should be thanking me. Chen Changfeng's voice was cold, and his intent to kill was palpable. The Haotian Sect had been arrogant for too long. The only way to deal with them was to wipe them out, forever eliminate the threat, the seventh elder trembled at the sheer force of his killing intent, madness comes at a price, Tang Hao was an example, Humph, Lingyuan Douluo scoffed, trying to sound unconcerned. Others might fear you. But I don't. Arrogance blinded him, Chen Changfeng cut him off. Enough talk, Chen Changfeng waved his hand, and a 3-foot-long golden wolf claw appeared above Lingyuan Douluo. Green light flashed, Lingyuan Douluo knew something was wrong and instinctively swung his clear sky hammer to block, boom. The explosion was deafening. The clear sky hammer shattered, and Lingyuan Douluo was sent flying like a cannonball, his body slammed into the mountain, silence. The mountains fell silent, broken only by the echoes of the impact, Super Douluo, the other 4 elders were stunned, he had been swatted away like a fly, a title Douluo from the Haotian Sect, no less. Priest versus level 91, so much for the best martial spirit, the gap in strength was simply too great, Chen Changfeng was surprised that Lingyuan Douluo hadn't been killed. The clear sky hammer was truly remarkable. Alright, enough games. Chen Changfeng opened 2 spatial rifts, one leading to the Do Great Forest, the other to the far north. Chapter 72, The Ferocious Beast Comes and the Haotian Sect Dies. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 72, The Beast Onslaught and the Fall of Haotian Sect. What the, space magic, the Haotian Sect elders' faces went white. How powerful was this wolf, to rip open space like that? But that was just the beginning of the shock. Do Forest's Bear Lord, the king of 10,000 demons, and Red King, Chen Changfeng called out, lend me a hand, a monstrous roar erupted from the space passage. The dark gold terraclaw bear was the first to emerge, landing heavily in the Haotian mountains. Close behind came the king of 10,000 demons, and then the Red King. The arrival of these 3 fearsome beasts sent shockwaves of pressure across the entire mountain range. The 5 elders of the Haotian Sect, along with every disciple on the mountaintop, looked on in absolute terror. Was this the end? Not even close. Chen Changfeng turned his gaze to the far north. Xiao Bai, Titan Snow Demon King, I need your help. 2 more earth-shattering roars echoed through the mountains as the 20-meter-tall Arctic Ice Bear King, Xiao Bai, and the colossal 100-meter-tall Titan Snow Demon King descended on the Haotian mountains. Beast God. What are your commands? Mr. Xiong, the leader of the ferocious beasts, asked, his voice booming. For ages, soul beasts and human soul masters have been locked in a bitter struggle. Soul masters hunt soul beasts to gain power. Chen Changfeng declared, his voice ringing with authority, as your beast god, I intend to hold the humans accountable, starting today. The Haotian Sect is the most powerful sect in the human world. For almost 10,000 years, they've hunted countless ancient soul beasts, devastating the balance of our world. Today, I lead you to demand justice, starting with the Haotian Sect. Devour them. And anyone who interferes will suffer the same fate. The 5 massive beasts roared in unison, shaking the very foundations of the mountains, to directly attack the most powerful human sect. It was something even the beast god Emperor Tian had never dared to do. Emperor Tian always held back, waiting for his master to awaken before seeking revenge on humanity, but the Wolf King was fearless. Destroying the largest human sect meant exactly that, destroying the largest human sect. They'd suppressed their fury for centuries, and today, they would finally unleash it, and they knew this was just the start. The Wolf King would lead the soul beasts into a new age. The Haotian Sect finally understood the gravity of the situation. The remaining 4 elders leapt into action. Haotian Sect had never yielded to anyone, no force, no sect, and certainly not to soul beasts. Today would be no different. Seeing that they were surrounded, the wounded Lingyuan Douluo burst from the mountain, and the 5 elders erupted in power. it was on, the second elder bellowed, Ling Tian strike. 5 clear sky hammers materialized in midair, intense black light morphed into dark gold, the soul rings on the 5 elders shimmered, activating in a chaotic display of power. Their goal was singular, total annihilation. The sky turned black, then the clear sky hammers vanished. All the darkness coalesced into a single, enormous clear sky hammer, the size of a small hill, fully charged and aimed directly at Chen Changfeng. Take out the leader first, that much, they understood. Kill Chen Changfeng, and they might still salvage the situation. A 5-on-1 fight? Who cares about honor? 5 tidal Douluo teaming up against the beast god. The unexpected move stunned the 5 ferocious beasts. They didn't truly grasp the power gap between a tidal Douluo and a peak Douluo. All they knew was that these guys are ganging up on him. Where's the fairness? Human soul masters were so underhanded. But there was more to it. With powers ranging from level 91 to level 93, it would take a combined attack from all 5 elders to even scratch Chen Changfeng. But these creatures can't understand the way the force works between powerful Douluos. From the beast's viewpoint, they witnessed the 5 elders beating on the beast god. Humph! Facing the descending giant clear sky hammer, Chen Changfeng remained still. A red light flashed before him, the god-killing spear shot out, a crimson streak meeting the clear sky hammer head-on. The instant the giant hammer struck, an explosion ripped through the sky. Though enormous, the 5 elders felt as if a far greater hammer had slammed into their chests. They cried out, stumbling backward. Their coordinated assault was broken, utterly defeated in an instant. Boom. The entire Haotian sect fell silent, save for the lingering echoes of the explosion. What just happened? Silence blanketed the battlefield. The combined might of the 5 elders couldn't even break through the ferocious beast's defenses. Instead, they wounded themselves. They simply couldn't believe it. Chen Changfeng, unmoved, still afloat, watched the 5 elders get sent flying. Chen Changfeng, with a voice carrying across the mountain, said, "They wanted to team up on us. We will do the same to them." That the 5 elders looked ashamed. Chen Changfeng landed with a sneer. The 5 ferocious beasts moved at the same time. He said, "Follow suit. Xiong Jun, tear the sky claw. King of 10,000 demons, swallow the world. Red king, fire meteor. Titan snow demon, Titan ice palm. Arctic ice bear king, cram and impact." The 5 unleashed their most devastating technique simultaneously, targeting the second elder, who had just controlled the soul skill. Oh, crap. The second elder, eyes wide with panic as the 5 attacks rained down, screamed, "Haotian body protector." 5 clear sky hammers materialized, the intense black light instantly shifting to dark gold. Each hammer bore lit soul rings of varying levels, from 8th soul skill down to the 2nd, but their effect was the same. An immense black light curtain sprang up, engulfing the 5 elders, making them one with the shield, the Haotian elders' strongest defense. They couldn't stand by and watch the attacks destroy themselves and the top of the mountain. The 5 attacks spread like the apocalypse. But the clear sky hammer lived up to its reputation as the greatest spirit on earth. And this defense was backed by the full power of 5 tidal Douluo. The attacks smashed into the defensive light curtain. Boom. The earth trembled. Even the Haotian sect disciples far down the mountain lost their footing. Blocked? No. Mr. Xiong's sky-tearing claw could rend space itself. A split second later, a crack appeared at the top of the black defensive light curtain. It spread rapidly. The 5 elders coughed blood as their defensive light curtain shattered, injuring them in the process. Chapter 73 Bibi Dong, Do You Think I Am the King? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 73, Bibi Dong, Think I'm Your King? Where there's a crack, a break is sure to follow. He only held out for a second, just 1 second, then, like a spiderweb, cracks riddled the defensive light curtain, and with a deafening crash, it shattered. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 7th elders fell from the sky like broken kites. Done. No time to waste. Human reinforcements are on their way. By the beast god's command, kill them all. The dark gold terror-claw Xiong roared with excitement, shooting towards the main peak of the former Haotian sect like a golden meteor. Instantly, the 4 other ferocious beasts joined in, unleashing their most powerful soul skills without holding back. Boom. The ground trembled, mountains shook, and battle cries echoed. The 5 beasts made short work of the Haotian sect. In less than 15 minutes, it was reduced to ruins. The Haotian sect was only 300 miles from Tiando City, and the battle had already alerted the main city. The Tiando City Soul Master Legion was the first to arrive. Chen Changfeng, clutching the 2 Haotian sect inherited soul bones, opened another spatial portal. The 5 ferocious beasts stepped through one after another, vanishing into thin air. Chen Changfeng followed at the last moment. It had been a while since they left, and his women must have missed him, especially Xiao Wu, but first, he had to bring the good news of the Haotian sect's destruction to the Spirit Hall. Why not give Bibi Dong something to celebrate? Killing Tang Hao and Tang Xiao, seizing the Blue Silver Emperor, and wiping out the Haotian sect, the thought sent a thrill of satisfaction through Chen Changfeng. Tang San, this was payback for what you did a year ago. You slaughtered my entire family then, and now, it's my turn, but it still wasn't enough to quench his hatred. You've been training on Sea God Island, blissfully unaware of Xiao Wu's suffering, haven't you? I'll fill you in when I get back. Chen Changfeng led the beasts away from the Haotian mountains, just as the Tiando Empire's forces finally arrived. Too late to do anything. Seeing the devastation, they gasped. There had actually been a sect here, and the Tiando Empire had no idea. It looked like someone had completely annihilated it. It wasn't until they saw the remains of the Haotian sect sign that the Tiando Empire's warriors realized the truth. This was the Haotian sect, once the greatest sect in the world. Destroyed. The news spread like wildfire, engulfing the continent and sending shockwaves everywhere. The number 1 sect, the Haotian sect, was gone. Who was responsible? Immediately, fingers pointed at the Spirit Hall. In the current state of the continent, the Spirit Hall was the only power capable of such a feat. Not even a year ago, the Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon Clan and the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School had been nearly destroyed by them, but even the Spirit Hall was shocked. They had nothing to do with the Haotian sect's destruction, and they refused to take the blame. Ever since the Spirit Hall announced the postponement of the re-election of the 7 major sects a few months prior, Bibi Dong had withdrawn from public view. Accusing the Spirit Hall of this was a blatant lie. The Haotian sect's hidden location was less than 300 miles from the Tiando Empire. The entire battle was swift. Only a united force of the Spirit Hall's elders and supreme elders could have achieved such a feat. Even then, they couldn't have vanished without a trace before the Tiando Empire's forces arrived. Eventually, someone discovered massive claw marks in the Haotian mountains, leading to suspicions of spirit beasts. But how could spirit beasts from the Star Do Forest dare venture into the human world? And to travel from the Star Do Forest to the Haotian mountains, they would have to pass through Spirit City and most of the Tiando Empire. How could they have come and gone unnoticed? The destruction of the Haotian sect remained an enigma, but, this time, the Spirit Hall stayed silent, and even the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School remained quiet, because even more shocking news emerged from the Tiando Empire. Nearly 1,000 soul masters from Shrek Academy, the Tang sect, and the Tiando Empire had been all but wiped out in the Star Do Forest. Only the Min clan and a few Shrek Academy members survived. Rumor had it that they had encountered a thunder calamity within the Star Do Forest. Except for the lucky few, the remaining soul masters had been vaporized by the lightning. The entire Douluo Continent was thrown into chaos, and the Star Do Forest instantly became a forbidden zone for human soul masters. Soul masters seeking soul rings were forced to settle for less, seeking out soul-hunting forests where spirit beasts were kept in captivity. After all, no matter how powerful you were, staying alive was more important, right? Spirit Hall, outside Pope Bibi Dong's chambers, Ju Douluo and Ghost Douluo were reporting the recent major events on the continent to Bibi Dong. These included the devastation in the Star Do Forest, the thunder calamity in the far north, the turmoil in the Sunset Forest, and the news of the Haotian sect's destruction. Bibi Dong listened quietly, leaning against the bed in her private chamber. Whenever she was particularly moved, she would instinctively touch her swelling belly. Your Holiness, when will you come out of seclusion? The entire Spirit Hall is in disarray. Ju Douluo asked anxiously. Furthermore, the Hall of Elders is extremely concerned about your condition and requests to know when you will be able to resume control. Humph. Bibi Dong scoffed. Didn't I say a few more months? Are you deaf? Your subordinate would never, Ju Douluo said fearfully. he glanced at Ghost Douluo, and both retreated. Silence descended outside the door. Bibi Dong breathed a sigh of relief and gently touched her belly, murmuring, "Could it be him? Is he the king?" As soon as she spoke, a voice both familiar and terrifying echoed in the room. Sure enough, Bibi Dong's eyes widened, space warped before her, and a familiar figure appeared. "Donger, did you miss me?" Chen Changfeng grinned, watching Bibi Dong in her loose pink nightgown. She looked incredibly seductive. "No, radiant with motherhood." "Why are you here again?" Bibi Dong's expression changed instantly. "Don't call me Donger. Don't come any closer. I haven't been feeling well lately." "Not feeling well?" Chen Changfeng chuckled, nonchalantly approaching the window. He reached out, cupped Bibi Dong's chin, and tilted it up. "That's why I'm here to keep you company. I won't be leaving tonight. I destroyed the Haotian Sect and Shrek Academy for you. You must thank me properly." "I won't thank you." Bibi Dong's breathing grew shallow. "I'm truly not feeling well today. The little one is being quite active. It's okay. I'll be very gentle. I don't want to, Before she could finish, Chen Changfeng silenced her with a kiss. "Please support me. It's the beginning of the month. I want monthly tickets, recommendations and rewards." Chapter 74 Tortures Bibi Dong and is besieged by the 8 elders of Wuhun Palace. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The sky began to lighten. Bibi Dong, already drained, hadn't slept a wink. It wasn't until the first rays of dawn touched the horizon that Chen Changfeng shifted back from wolf form. The whole transformation thing still needed some work, though. She'd hoped for tenderness, but it had become torture. Huddled in a corner, Bibi Dong sobbed, her eyes hollow as she surveyed the wrecked room. She didn't know how she'd survived the night. It was hell on earth, a near-death experience. "Why the tears?" Chen Changfeng stretched, silhouetted by the sunrise. "I didn't do anything to you, did I?" "Oh, nothing. Even when I said stop, you didn't. How could you? If looks could kill, Chen Changfeng would be 6 feet under. You'll pay for this. Bibi Dong, swear I'll make you regret this 1,000 times over." Chen Changfeng raised an eyebrow. "Still tough after a night like that, huh?" That's what he hated most. He was a softy at heart, but if you came at him hard, he'd come back harder. If Bibi Dong wasn't carrying his child, a stone-cold viper like her would be gone in a heartbeat. But hey, even as a Rakshasa god, she'd be popping out kid number 2 and 3 for him. Chen Changfeng, who'd been about to leave, turned back, grabbing Bibi Dong roughly by the throat. The sudden lack of air made her pupils shrink, her mouth gasping for breath. From sunrise to sunset, silence reigned in Bibi Dong's room. Chen Changfeng, satisfied, zoomed out of the spirit hall in a flash of light, catching the icy glint in Bibi Dong's eyes as he left, but he wasn't about to waste any more energy on her. It got old after a while. As soon as he stepped outside the spirit hall, he sensed something was off. He glanced up at the blood-red full moon, killing intent. Sure enough, several figures materialized before him, titled Douluos. Bibi Dong had planned this ever since last time. The 8 elders of the spirit hall, all in. Or rather, 9, since Bibi Dong had 9 titled Douluos under her command when she couldn't leave the Hall of Elders. But one had died along with Yu Yuanjin during the Blue Lightning Tyrant Dragon clan's annihilation. Chen Changfeng stood tall on the main peak of Spirit Mountain, facing the ambush without a flicker of emotion, radiating a couldn't-care-less attitude. Lingyuan, Spirit Hall Elder, Level 92 Title Douluo, Spirit, Lingyuan, Title, Lingyuan, Shilong, Spirit Hall Elder, Level 91 Title Douluo, Spirit, Snake Spear, Title, Snake Spear, Ci Shui, Spirit Hall Elder, Level 92 Title Douluo, Spirit. 7 Bones, Title, 7 Bones, Demon Bear Douluo, Spirit Hall Elder, Level 93 Title Douluo, Spirit, Blood Demon Bear, Ghost Leopard Douluo, Spirit Hall Elder, Level 93 Title Douluo, Spirit, Black-Striped Ghost Leopard, Toba Shi, Spirit Hall Elder, Level 91 Title Douluo, Spirit, White Armored Earth Dragon. The 5 Spirit Hall Elders arrayed themselves like a fan. With the two heavy hitters in the rear, Zhu Douluo Yuguan, a level 95 title Douluo whose spirit was the Qi Rong Chrysanthemum. Title Chrysanthemum. And his partner, Gui Mei, also a level 95 title Douluo, spirit, Ghost Shadow, title Ghost. Together, they could unleash the spirit fusion skill. Bipolar still field. Chen Changfeng could tell Bibi Dong had pulled out all the stops, were the two powerhouses in the back setting up their spirit fusion skill. Otherwise, why weren't the strongest elders in the hall leading the charge? That's how ruthless Bibi Dong was. It took time for Zhu Douluo and Ghost Douluo to charge up, but once they did, you were toast, followed by the 5 title Douluos unleashing hell, total wipeout. He could be killed even with some random techniques. Then, Bibi Dong, pale-faced but back in her pope robes, appeared at the summit. She even flaunted her baby bump. Bibi Dong slammed her papal scepter against the ground. The mountaintop shook violently, and even the Spirit Hall elders staggered. Their pope's strength was unfathomable. She must have made another breakthrough during her seclusion. Spirit Hall elders, listen up. Bibi Dong's voice cut through the air. At any cost, no questions asked. Kill that beast. What the heck? Bibi Dong, you are one cold woman. Chen Changfeng grinned instead of getting angry. This side of her reminded him of himself. She was willing to sacrifice herself to get rid of him. What seemed like torture was actually an attempt to weaken him. Bibi Dong, you're the hunter. But you still underestimated me. If this was a few months ago in the Star Do Forest, maybe you'd have had a chance with Zhang Lao from the 8 great sects. But it's too late now. Destroying the Haotian Sect didn't calm you down, it only made you more determined to get rid of me. No need to delay. You think these guys can stop me? Chen Changfeng's gaze swept across the 8 Spirit Hall elders, finally settling on Lingyuan Douluo. Well, Bibi Dong sure knew how to give a guy a gift. Fierce fire Lingyuan, I'm coming for you. Chen Changfeng skipped the small talk and the need to expose Bibi Dong. Since you want me dead, I'll show you what you can't have right in front of your face. Release the pressure. Unleash the attributes. The soul power of 9 elements swirled around Chen Changfeng. Under the full moon's glow, his body began to swell, reaching 100 meters in height in the blink of an eye. The massive wolf god's power instantly descended. The 8 elders on the Spirit Hall mountain range went silent, their eyes wide with shock. The sight of Chen Changfeng in his wolf god form sent tremors through the elders. Terrifying. And terrifying. No wonder Her Majesty the Pope gathered 8 title Douluos to deal with this beast. 100 meters tall. Enough said. That's why it dared to strut around the Spirit Hall. This monstrous form was enough to make anyone's blood run cold under the moonlight. Even Bibi Dong was stunned, staring at the wolf god, her heart pounding. The shock she felt was no less than that of the 8 elders. When did this guy get so strong? His spirit actually had the aura of a god. Could they really kill him? Of course not, because the hunt had just begun. Chen Changfeng didn't want to drag things out. He had to end this before the consecration hall and Qian Renshue got wind of it. He slowly closed his eyes, bathing in the moon's radiant light. In an instant, his body turned a ghostly white. Chapter 75 Leaving Lingyuan behind to give birth to a baby and massacring the elders of Wuhun Hall. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 75, Leaving Lingyuan behind for childbirth and slaughtering Wuhun Hall elders. Suddenly, a blinding white light erupted across the mountaintop. The moonlight seemed to amplify the effect, and an overwhelming aura radiated from the wolf god, instantly pushing back the combined force of the 8 elders. Chen Changfeng now commanded this world. This sky is mine now. Everything around them shifted to a surreal red and white, and he added, lose, and I'll let you live. Day and night blurred, the Spirit Hall elders lost sight of Chen Changfeng. What kind of domain is this? We can't lock onto him. Everyone, stay sharp. Elders Zhu and Gui warned, their voices tight. The 6 frontline elders, clearly shaken, formed a defensive circle, releasing their martial spirits in perfect, unspoken coordination honed from years of service to Wuhun Hall. Every one of them was a title Douluo. 5th soul skill, thunderous explosion, Shilong Douluo, reacting to a sudden flash of light, unleashed his fifth soul skill. But his snake spear only struck an illusion cast by Chen Changfeng's wolf god domain. Your fifth soul skill. Elder Shilong, haven't you learned anything? Chen Changfeng's icy voice echoed above the 6 Douluos, followed by the descent of an enormous wolf claw. 5 muffled groans followed. The 5 elders were caught completely off guard. They were flung away like broken kites, leaving only spiritual kite Douluo standing alone, paralyzed with fear. The force had been immense, yet nothing seemed to happen to her. Lingyuan was just as confused as Ju and Gui Douluo. 5 slaps. 1 spared. Elders Shilong and Tuoba Shi, the weakest of the group, couldn't withstand the claw. Chen Changfeng's wolf claw had struck them directly on the head. Boom. Boom, *.2 explosions rocked Shilong and Tuoba Shi before they plummeted down the mountainside like cannonballs. Bibi Dong watched in disbelief as the 2 elders were blasted away. What had happened in that blinding white light? Even she couldn't see through it. 2 title Douluo injured in one blow. No. Elder Shilong and Elder Tuoba Shi's auras had vanished. Dead? This guy was terrifying. Break his domain, together. Elder Ju roared from within the wolf god's domain. The remaining 6 unleashed their soul power simultaneously. 6 distinct energies merged into one powerful impact, blasting through Chen Changfeng's domain. The 5 figures shot into the air. The faces of the 6 elders changed drastically. Their hearts pounded. The white light they had fought so hard to escape turned pitch black. 30 meters away, Chen Changfeng's beast form materialized. In an instant, space warped violently around them, devouring realm. The shifting space was the domain of Chen Changfeng's dark attributes. Countless skeletal hands reached out from the twisted space, turning the area into a living purgatory for the 5 elders. Dual domains. The 5 elders cried out, Ju Douluo, 6th soul skill, golden core. A massive velvet tooth chrysanthemum appeared, focusing its soul power and releasing it along with a shower of petals that transformed into stars, assaulting the skeletal horde. Ghost Douluo, 8th soul skill, ghostly barrage. Ghostly energy bombs exploded into existence, flying towards the bones. Array Douluo, 5th soul skill, bone thorns. The Agudi Douluo transformed into a red sphere covered in venomous stingers, shattering any bones that came too close. Ghost leopard Douluo, 6th soul skill, nether blades. Countless nether blades shot out in a ranged attack. Demon bear Douluo, 6th soul skill, falling fire. Burning meteorites rained down on Chen Changfeng's devouring realm. 8th soul skill, blood boil. Lingyuan released a storm of fire feathers. The 6 title Douluo's fierce counterattack did little to scatter the bones. Instead, their soul power was being consumed. The scene silenced Bibi Dong. The elders were running dry, expending immense amounts of power. The visual impact and the dense explosions shook the entire mountain, creating a horrific spectacle. 1 against 6. He completely dominated the battle. How terrifying was the wolf thief? I will help you. The 6 elders are in mortal danger. Bibi Dong finally acted, releasing her soul-eating spider emperor. Her 9 soul rings, black, 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 red, 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 lit up instantly. Her second martial soul was perfect, Azure Haze Domain. Titan Sky Cannon. She unleashed 200,000-year soul skills without hesitation, firing a beam of red energy nearly 10 feet across from her chest. She used her strongest torso bone skill, because she couldn't afford to hold back. The consequences would be disastrous, but even with Bibi Dong's help, it was not enough. Using skills he gave her against him. Foolish, another circle of red light rippled outward, the signature of blazing flames. Elder Ju's eyes narrowed. Be careful. His 8th soul ring blazed, firing a beam of light from the velvet-toothed chrysanthemum directly at Chen Changfeng, the Gate of Holy Light, a focused attack comparable to a 9th soul skill. Elder Ju's most powerful strike, but the wolf god did not evade Ju Hua Guan and Bibi Dong's attacks, choosing to send blazing flames toward Demon Bear Douluo at lightning speed. Insane. Was he taking it head-on? The 6 elders were shocked. Boom. Boom. Boom, star, attacks that could have annihilated any other title Douluo detonated on the wolf god like fireworks, but they failed to harm him, not even a single white hair. He was too strong, the absolute suppression and authority a priest has over non-gods. Chen Changfeng's form could no longer be harmed by soul skills. He had transcended their level. Elder Ju felt a phantom gate of holy light slamming into his brain and body. He collapsed, blood flowing from every orifice. Bibi Dong's attack seemed to vanish without a trace. As for the demon bear elder, he was reduced to ashes by the flames, playing with fire, and burning yourself. Chapter 76. If you win Lingyuan Douluo, you won't be able to have a baby. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 76. So, beating Lingyuan Douluo means no babies? One glance was all it took. In under a minute, 3 of the spirit hall's 8 elders were dead. It was so fast, it sent shivers down your spine. Everyone, give it everything you've got. That with chrysanthemum passed down, Ghost Douluo immediately took command, shouting, 9th soul skill, infinite ghost devour, that this was Ghost's ultimate attack. As the soul skill activated, a black hole seemed to form above Chen Changfeng's head. Countless ghosts emerged from the hole, exploding on contact. The power was enough to seriously injure even 10,000-year soul beasts. Dark attributes, huh? Chen Changfeng scoffed. That's amateur hour. As his words landed, endless black soul power erupted from his silver wolf god form. In an instant it was like darkness had swallowed the entire Spirit Hall mountain range, dimming even the moonlight. The moment the attributes shifted, the 100-meter-long black wolf god devoured the black hole above him. Absolutely insane, Ghost Leopard Douluo, reminded of his duty, unleashed his 8th soul skill, Shadow of the Void. Countless shadow blades hurtled toward Chen Changfeng. But all that awaited him was being devoured by those countless ghosts. The wind blades and the ghost devourer exploded mid-air, blowing Ghost Leopard Douluo away. That's right, it was spatial displacement. Chen Changfeng hadn't digested Ghost Douluo's 9th soul skill. Instead, he'd redirected the attack, using spatial displacement to target Ghost Leopard Douluo. 8th soul skill. Seeing the sudden shift, Heir Douluo, enraged by the deaths, couldn't hold back any longer. The massive Heir Douluo swelled, preparing to unleash his 8th soul skill. But he didn't even get halfway. A black mushroom cloud had formed overhead. The next second, black lightning bolts rained down. The big yellow toad was instantly fried and deflated. 2 instant cast soul skills. Bibi Dong's eyes burned. In another instant, Ghost Leopard Douluo died under Ghost Douluo's own 9th soul skill, and Heir Douluo was vaporized by the lightning. 2 more title Douluo gone. 5 of the 8 elders had been wiped out in seconds, barely lasting a few minutes. And these were title Douluo. Bibi Dong was reeling, utterly stunned. Boom. Boom. 2 massive explosions rocked the entire mountain range, dragging Bibi Dong back to reality. The black hole had detonated, tearing Ghost Leopard Douluo apart, and Guillotine Douluo had evaporated. Ghost Douluo staggered back, face ashen, blood trickling from his mouth. Beast! I have to admit, you're strong. Stronger than any title Douluo below level 95. We old fools underestimated you. Chrysanthemum Douluo, mostly recovered, was beyond furious at the loss of 5 elders. But blood demands blood. Your Majesty, Lingyuan, buy us 10 seconds, Ghost and me. Wiping blood from his face, Chrysanthemum Pass roared and flew toward Ghost Douluo. Old Ghost. No hesitation. Distracted, Bibi Dong and Lingyuan suddenly understood martial soul fusion technique. Chrysanthemum Douluo and Ghost Douluo were going to use the bipolar stationary domain. Once the domain formed and their 18 soul rings fused, the angelic sanctuary in this space would be completely frozen. Even a 100,000-year soul beast wouldn't break free in time. Then, while Chrysanthemum Ghost Douluo maintained the domain, Bibi Dong and Lingyuan could attack the beast at will, until it was dead. The next second, Lingyuan Douluo's Lingyuan avatar and Bibi Dong flew up, blocking Chrysanthemum Ghost Douluo. They chose a defensive counterattack. Bibi Dong placed her last hope in Chrysanthemum Ghost Douluo. Though pale and exhausted, she wouldn't waste this chance. Bibi Dong, are you provoking me? Chen Changfeng asked with a faint smile. Humph. Pathetic. Bibi Dong gritted her teeth. You killed 5 of my spirit hall elders. I swear vengeance. Today, one of us dies. As long as I'm standing, you won't pass, not unless you kill me. Blackmail. Threatening your own kid. Chen Changfeng raised an eyebrow. She was learning fast. Great. Bibi Dong's threats were useless because she couldn't back them up. Kill you? No need. Actually, I should thank you. If you can't kill me, Lingyuan Douluo is mine. You, the Pope, won't object to me taking her, right? Chen Changfeng grinned, a strange smile. Don't worry, you'll pay for today. Bibi Dong, you. Chen Changfeng, well. What's it gonna be, Your Majesty? Chrysanthemum Douluo, bipolar stationary domain. Bibi Dong's hesitation allowed Chrysanthemum Ghost Douluo to complete the bipolar stationary domain, the martial soul fusion skill of 2 super Douluo, almost god level. Golden flames erupted, and black flames surrounded Ghost Douluo. The 9 soul rings of both men lit up at once, their bodies blazing, back to back, hand in hand. Ghost and Chrysanthemum merged. Their combined 18 soul rings condensed into a massive golden and black halo that quietly expanded. Chen Changfeng blinked. Suddenly, the world was gold and black, frozen in place. Ghost Douluo and Chrysanthemum Douluo vanished as the halos formed, becoming a giant halo, over 100 meters wide. Even flying, he was trapped. It worked. Bibi Dong and Lingyuan Douluo were thrilled to see Chen Changfeng trapped. The bipolar stationary domain held. Space was frozen. Time was frozen. We can only trap this beast for a while. Your Majesty, attack with everything you have. Or we won't hold for long. Ghost Douluo's urgent voice reached Bibi Dong and Lingyuan. Bibi Dong acted. Lingyuan, with me. Attack until the beast is exhausted. Exhaust him to death. Please. Chen Changfeng still controlled the ultimate space domain. However powerful, Chrysanthemum Ghost Dual Douluo's martial soul fusion depended on soul power, the fundamental difference from Chen Changfeng's space skills. Chapter 77 Lingyuan, please help me have a child. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 77 Lingyuan, please help me have a child. The bipolar static realm is a dual attribute domain. It can freeze an opponent's skills and movements simultaneously. Of course, to use this, Ju Douluo and Ghost Douluo had to give it their all. The field would drop once their soul power couldn't sustain it. But with Bibi Dong and Lingyuan present, the dual static field was a truly terrifying force. They hadn't expected Chen Changfeng to be this powerful. If they'd known the 5 elders would fall so fast, they would have skipped the initial moves and gone straight for the dual static field. Lingyuan. Hold on. Bibi Dong, reacting first, attacked Chen Changfeng, shouting, if we can't kill him, and he captures you, your life will be worse than death. Her words jolted Lingyuan Douluo out of her fear. Bibi Dong understood Chen Changfeng and what he meant by Lingyuan belonging to him. She knew he would take her and torture her to force her to have a child, no matter what she wanted, no matter how she resisted. It wouldn't matter. Bibi Dong knew this all too well, and she feared Chen Changfeng's revenge even more. Now fully aware of the danger, Lingyuan Douluo realized that if she didn't use everything she had, she'd end up like a Jetagu and Snake Spear Douluo, dead. Just as Lingyuan started gathering energy for her strongest 9th soul skill, Bibi Dong's space-tearing abyss slammed into the 100-meter-long wolf form. That is. Lingyuan Douluo gasped. Ju Gui Douluo and Bibi Dong, struggling to maintain the dual static field, shared her shock. They couldn't believe their eyes as the space-tearing abyss passed through the wolf god's body and exploded in the mountains behind. Passed through. It wasn't his real body. Only then did Bibi Dong realize her mistake and the reason for his confident smile. He'd been playing them this whole time. That damned wolf was terrifying. Every time he faced a desperate situation, he pulled out a new trump card, each one more insane and more powerful than the last. Time and space skills. Chen Changfeng's voice echoed from behind, just a soul skill, though. You know nothing of the true power of space and time. As he spoke, the Kikuyi and Ghost's bipolar static field cracked down the middle, like a shattered mirror, then exploded in their faces. The two chrysanthemum ghost Douluo, hit by the backlash of their own soul skill, coughed up blood and were sent flying. Damn it, Jiwagwan roared, old ghost, I refuse to give in. Then we'll die together, Daisy, Jiwagwan, the chrysanthemums are broken. The ground is covered with wounds. The flowers have fallen and people are heartbroken, Ghost, ninth soul skill. Infinite ghost shadow devouring, the Ju ghost Douluo, burning their very life essence, unleashed their ultimate attack. If you don't want to give in, then die, Chen Changfeng had had enough fun. A golden light shot from the center of the wolf god's forehead, the wolf god's body transformed again, into a golden statue. What's that? The golden body of the beast god. Impossible. It's terrifying. Bibi Dong and Lingyuan Douluo stared, wide-eyed and disbelieving. The chrysanthemum ghost double Douluo. When they saw the golden light, they felt the icy touch of death. Impossible. That's what everyone thought, but it was happening. Chen Changfeng had entered his god-level evolved state. Golden light flooded the night sky, and a massive golden shadow, over a kilometer tall, slowly materialized behind the golden wolf king. Its eyes held stars, its sword-like brows shined like stars, and its immortal features were incredibly beautiful. The intense golden light made its body seem forged of gold. The sacred and majestic aura was filled with unfathomable mystery. Chen Changfeng's priest body also had a divine aura. That's the power of God. Bibi Dong stared at the 100-foot-tall shadow, her eyes shaking. Even the Rakshasa spirit within her seemed to shrink back in submission. The massive shadow shimmered with golden ripples, instantly enveloping everyone present. The earlier pressure from the Wolf King vanished. Bibi Dong and Lingyuan started to breathe a sigh of relief, but suddenly, they were unable to move, frozen. Just like the space-locking skill of the bipolar static realm, the Ju Gui Douluo, now also trapped, had already released their strongest ninth soul skill. As Bibi Dong and Lingyuan watched in horror, the two super Douluo soul skills simply vanished in the golden light, reduced to nothing. This was the difference between divine power and soul power, a fundamental difference, an unbridgeable chasm. The mountain top was bathed in gold. Even the mist seemed to be part of the wolf god's phantom, a golden haze pulsing with its power. Bibi Dong, remember this stupid decision you made today. Chen Changfeng's voice echoed through the mountains. No unnecessary moves, no wasted energy. He simply gazed into the distance and waved a hand lightly. The elders of Spirit Hall died because of you. The ethereal voice was calm, so calm that it seemed he was discussing some mundane matter, but it struck Bibi Dong like thunder. She and Lingyuan were paralyzed with shock. Two golden bolts of lightning descended, splitting the sky in four. The devastating roar shook the world. The energy was focused entirely on Ju Douluo and Ghost Douluo. Until their last moment, they never grasped what they had faced, nor had they ever imagined that they'd die by a divine skill. Boom. In the final explosion, Elder Ju Gui's body and soul were obliterated before Bibi Dong and Lingyuan. The two were thrown back by the oppressive aura of the golden thunder. They couldn't stop it. There was no way to stop it. Only now did Bibi Dong understand how serious things had become. Unless she became the Rakshasa god, she would never be free of this wolf, whose power had reached godhood. Without giving Bibi Dong a chance to process it, Chen Changfeng dismissed the Dharma real body and snatched the terrified Lingyuan Douluo out of the air, pinning her under his arm. Let me go. What are you doing? Lingyuan Douluo, terrified like a trapped bird, struggled against Chen Changfeng. Shut up. You're too loud. Chen Changfeng snorted, one more peep and I'll send you to join those elders. But if you give me a child without any fuss, I might spare you. His words worked. Under the threat of death, Lingyuan Douluo went silent. She understood what Bibi Dong meant when she said life would be worse than death. Have a baby. A child with a beast. An unbearable thought to a human titled Douluo. Lingyuan Douluo looked at Bibi Dong in the distance, her eyes pleading for help. Your Majesty the Pope, please save me. Chapter 78 The Very Clingy Xiao Wu. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 78, Xiao Wu's Obsession, Save Her. Hopeless, Bibi Dong was even more desperate than Lingyuan Douluo. In under 15 minutes, the Spirit Hall had lost 7 titled Douluo elders. No. Make that 8, Bibi Dong knew Lingyuan Douluo was a goner. Now, she was the only one left in the Papal Palace. This outcome was unbearable, she was consumed by regret. Meanwhile, the fighting had alerted the Hall of Elders. A radiant golden light shot out from that direction. Ha! Chen Renshue, Chen Changfeng smirked, glancing at Bibi Dong. Donger, I'll be back. For your sake, I'll let that little angel go. Next time, I expect a little more enthusiasm. Otherwise, I might not be so gentle. You catch my drift. With a knowing smile, Chen Changfeng disappeared, taking the doomed Lingyuan Douluo with him. Chen Renshue, now a golden streak, arrived late. Seeing the destruction, her face fell. Especially seeing Bibi Dong's ashen face, her heart skipped a beat. Despite their animosity, they were still mother and daughter. Are you all right? Chen Renshue asked Bibi Dong, her eyes cold. What happened? Bibi Dong was still reeling from despair. She was numb. When Chen Renshue pressed her, she replied, dazed, it was a savage beast from the Star Do forest. The 8 Spirit Hall elders hunted it, and they all died. What? Chen Renshue cried out. Her angelic fury erupted. Damn it! That wolf thief again. He dares kill my Spirit Hall elders. I'll kill him today. She moved to give chase, but Bibi Dong snapped out of it and blocked Chen Renshue's path. Chen Renshue demanded, what are you doing? Don't go. Bibi Dong forced herself to stay calm, her eyes icy. You're not going anywhere. Go back. Why? I'm going to take out that wolf thief. Chen Renshue was furious. I said you can't go, so you can't go. Bibi Dong was frantic. She couldn't hide from that guy fast enough. He'd be knocking on their door. Listen to me. You're no match for him now. Go back and take the throne. Only by becoming a god can you get revenge. And if you want my approval, you must successfully inherit the angel god's power. From now on, not until you become a god and break through your limits. I don't want to see you. Chen Renshue spat. You. Furious, Chen Renshue glared at Bibi Dong. She turned and flew toward the Hall of Elders. Bibi Dong, just you wait. I will impress you. If you can't avenge the Spirit Hall elders, I will. When I'm a god, we'll level the Star Do forest. Chen Renshue's words echoed. Bibi Dong finally breathed a sigh of relief. Even stone can be moved by constant care. Yu Xiaojiang was dead. Now, Chen Renshue was the only person Bibi Dong cared about. Maybe she wasn't heartless after all. The truth always comes out. In less than 3 days, the Douluo Continent was rocked by 3 major events. The destruction of the Haotian Sect and Shrek Academy hadn't even settled, and now word spread that the 8 Spirit Hall elders were dead. The Spirit Hall admitted it. The culprit behind the destruction of the Haotian Sect, Shrek Academy, and the 8 elders was a savage beast from the Star Do forest, the wolf thief. This news sent shockwaves through the continent's soul masters. Panic spread. Bibi Dong knew how to play the game. The loss of the 8 Spirit Hall elders was a blow, but she took charge, spinning the story based on Chen Changfeng's actions. The Spirit Hall would stop at nothing to eradicate the wolf thieves, and it called upon all major forces to convene at the Spirit Hall. They would form a united front to resist the chaos in the Star Do forest. It worked. Bibi Dong's clever move salvaged the Spirit Hall's reputation and fueled her ambitions. The major forces were now talking about the Star Do forest. Even hunting spirit beasts on the fringes was too risky. No one dared risk their lives. They couldn't take down the Haotian Sect, and it wasn't easy dealing with intruders like them. Fortunately, the Spirit Hall stepped up. This was what a leader of the Soul Master world should do. Some Soul Masters were even having visions of an inevitable war between human Soul Masters and the beasts of the Star Do forest, but didn't know when it would happen. Meanwhile, back in the Star Do forest, Chen Changfeng had returned victorious, bringing Lingyuan Douluo with him. The girls flocked to him. It had been a while since they'd left. Ning Rongrong and Zhu Zhuqing were less than 2 months from giving birth. Lu Erlong and Bai Qinxiang were 5 months pregnant. Hulaina was also showing. She'd been waiting for Spirit Hall to rescue her, only to fall into even deeper despair. Ning Rongrong and the others had started to get to her, and the idea of escape had become less and less. When Chen Changfeng captured Lingyuan Douluo, Hulaina realized that something was probably up at the Spirit Hall. Back at the Lake of Life, Chen Changfeng enjoyed the girl's attention for days, especially the soulless Xiao Wu. She was even clingier than ever, following him like a shadow. Ning Rongrong and Zhu Zhuqing were too close to their due dates to be of help, and Hulaina and Biji weren't up to it. Lu Erlong had a human body and couldn't handle the constant demands, that left only the soft bone rabbit, 100,000-year soul beast with no soul. This difficult task naturally fell to Xiao Wu. They would have to impose on her, and on Tang San. Hopefully, Tang San was doing well on Poseidon Island. With no soul, there were no attachments. Whoever won her heart would win her over. Obsession was natural. In the past few months, Xiao Wu had become increasingly radiant. While Chen Changfeng was keeping Xiao Wu company, Hulaina cautiously knocked on the door. Before she could speak, the door flew open. A strong force pulled Hulaina into the room. "Oh! What are you doing?" Hulaina cried out. She had come to report on her progress in persuading Lingyuan Douluo. But she must have interrupted at the wrong time. "Wolf King, no, you said not now. I think it's fine. You said it yourself. Why are you always changing your mind?" "Because I'm the Wolf King." "Show your fox tail. I still like you in your beast form." Wolf King. Chapter 79. Lingyuan Douluo is pregnant and his divine body evolves. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 79. Lingyuan Douluo is pregnant, divine body evolved. The sun peeked over the horizon, morning light spilled into the room. "Wolf King, seriously, I can't anymore. Go find Elder Lingyuan." Hulaina, who hadn't slept a wink, wrenched free from Chen Changfeng and bolted for the door. It was too much. The Wolf King's superhuman stamina was starting to scare her. Now that she was pregnant, what if she couldn't take it and something went wrong? Only someone like the carefree Xiao Wu could handle that kind of energy. Back when Xiao Wu was her rival, she thought she'd never measure up, but who could have predicted everything that's happened these past few months? Tang San, they were destined to go their separate ways. Their love felt like a silly childhood game now. Lingyuan, huh? Chen Changfeng arched an eyebrow, a sly smile spreading across his face. You still haven't told me if she's even agreed to help me out with this whole baby-making thing. Wolf King, you. Hulaina was caught between laughing and crying. Did you even give me a chance to say anything last night? She asked, embarrassed. Oops, guess not. He hadn't let her get a word in edgewise. Chen Changfeng stood up, stretching in the sunlight. So what if she agrees? Could she really stop the Wolf King even if she didn't? Hulaina shot Chen Changfeng a complicated look, muttering, "You're not exactly a reasonable guy, so why bother asking me to talk Sister Lingyuan into it?" "It's different." Chen Changfeng chuckled. "Haven't you heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? That's so you don't want it unless it's reluctant." Hulaina's expression grew even more peculiar at his words. "You've devoured every last stubborn one. Didn't you say those were your favorite?" He really meant what he said. Meanwhile, in the easternmost bedroom of the mansion, elegant and luxurious, the quiet, dimly lit space was filled with a sophisticated fragrance. The air carried a mature allure, and the lingering scent was intoxicating. After another sleepless night, Lingyuan Douluo sat by the window, sighing, gazing out at the star-doe forest. She felt a pang of sorrow. The martial soul seal had trapped her here, with no hope of escape. Unbeknownst to her, Chen Changfeng had quietly slipped into the room. Lingyuan, she was definitely a rare beauty in Douluo Continent. From a distance, with slender shoulders and waist, and a tall figure, her face was delicate with striking eyes. It was a captivating sight. A tight black outfit accentuated her amazing figure. She had a girl-next-door face, but she possessed a pair of impressive breasts. They weren't overly large, but beautifully shaped. They were even more perfect than a girl like Ning Rongrong, without any visible flaws. while Lu Erlong was fierce and Ayin dignified, Lingyuan could only be described as mature and smoking hot. Lingyuan Douluo looked the part, and her personality matched. It had a lot to do with her martial soul attributes. So, have you thought about it? Chen Changfeng's voice suddenly startled her from behind. Lingyuan Douluo jumped. She quickly stood up from the chair. As she rose, her perfectly curved backside was directly in Chen Changfeng's line of sight, further highlighting her flawless figure. The tight black fabric was stretched taut, revealing smooth, supple curves. Lingyuan nervously retreated to the window, staring at Chen Changfeng in terror. While he was more appealing in human form, the carnage he unleashed that night still made her shudder every time she thought about it. What do you want? I won't agree to it. Lingyuan was so nervous she swallowed hard. Chen Changfeng chuckled, slowly approaching her. Relax. Relax. How about we chat first? Ease your mood a bit. Chat. Lingyuan Douluo broke out in a cold sweat, stuttering nervously. What about, Chen Changfeng, don't be nervous, it's not good for you. Chen Changfeng chuckled, bottom line, you don't want to die, right? Lingyuan's expression changed, who wants to die? Was this a threat? Yeah, it was definitely a threat. Chen Changfeng knew Lingyuan Douluo well. She'd been in the spirit hall for so long, always under the thumb of Chrysanthemum Ghost Douluo, without any real recognition. She had been working hard to earn Bibi Dong and the spirit hall's approval. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been ambushed by Deming and Heir Ming in the soul hunting operation. Thankfully, he'd taken care of those two a long time ago. That wouldn't happen again. Instead of just strong-arming, Chen Changfeng preferred a two-pronged approach. It was always more effective. I know what you want. You want power, you want respect throughout Douluo Continent. Chen Changfeng smiled, his smile unsettling. I can give you everything you want. I can even elevate you above the Elders' Hall. But nothing in this world comes free. You have to give something in return. What? Are you serious? Lingyuan Douluo was stunned. Power above the Elders' Hall. Really? He wasn't lying, was he? For a moment, Lingyuan Douluo felt a surge of excitement. At what cost? Of course, you'll help me have a child. Chen Changfeng wasn't known for his patience. Now that he'd laid out the pros and cons, there was no point in wasting time. He grinned, pulled Lingyuan close, wrapping his arms around her waist. If you want what I have to offer, I wouldn't advise resisting. You'll only make things harder on yourself. The touch sent a jolt through Lingyuan. Then, she finally reacted. She tried to push Chen Changfeng away, but her spirit was sealed. She couldn't move. Please let me go. I don't want this. Just relax, just relax. It'll be over soon. The sun rose and set. Time passed. 3 days flew by, until a ray of yin and yang energy from the great Tao descended upon the lake of life. The long-awaited system notification rang in Chen Changfeng's mind. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the pregnancy of the 14th child. Preparing rewards. Ding! Congratulations to the host for absorbing a ray of yin and yang energy from the great Tao. The yin qi returns to Lingyuan, rewarding the soul master with a 3-level increase in soul power and promotion to level 95 Super Douluo. As a reward for martial soul evolution, Lingyuan's martial soul returns to its ancestor and evolves into the Ming Phoenix. Ding! The yang energy returns to the host, triggering a tenfold reward return. Converting reward. Reward 1, Bloodline Evolution, evolving into an elemental wolf god. The divine body strength level has increased by 3 levels, now at level 4, out of 10 total levels. Reward 2, Physical Evolution, rewarding the host with 100,000 years of soul beast cultivation. Reward 3, Attribute Evolution, understanding the law of time, which can be used in conjunction with space skills. System panel updating. Host, Chen Changfeng, race, Beast God, Elemental Wolf God, age, 990,000 years, temporarily unable to exceed 1 million years due to bloodline limitations. Years are stacking. Realm, level 3 god, equivalent to a level 110 human soul master, soul skill, law of time and space, level 110. Chen Changfeng felt a jolt of excitement at the system prompt, a true god in the world, a level 3 god. Just no divine inheritance. It didn't matter. Some things were earned, not given. Please support me. Is anyone else supporting me? Chapter 80, Playing with the Dark Devil Tiger, one must have many children and many blessings. You are listening at novelfold.audio. Chapter 80, You need a big family to tame the Dark Devil Tiger. Chen Changfeng felt a surge of energy with the system's notification, level 3 god status achieved. That should be enough to take down Xinyan, right? Yet, the stronger Chen Changfeng became, the more he felt a sense of impending doom. If a power that surpassed this plane surfaced on Douluo Continent, it was only a matter of time before the enforcers of the God Realm took notice. Luckily, one day in the God Realm equaled a year on Douluo Continent. Even if they suspected something, they wouldn't be able to react immediately. He needs to stay sharp. Looks like this trip to Poseidon Island is a must. He needed to raid the place before Poseidon even knew what hit him. Poseidon, the high priestess Bo Saishi, the sea witch guarding the 7 sacred pillars, even Poseidon's old mount, Xiao Bai, the demon soul great white shark, he needed to get her pregnant with his child. How else would he mess with Poseidon's legacy? He wasn't about to let Bo Saishi sacrifice herself for Tang San. Forget that noise. Suddenly in a great mood, Chen Changfeng glanced down at the sleeping Lingyuan Douluo, pulled a blanket over her. It was still chilly in the Star Do forest mornings. He then quietly left the room. No sooner had he stepped out of Lingyuan's room than Xiao Wu, who had been waiting outside, jumped into his arms. She was so clingy, always craving his attention. What a needy little bunny, Chen Changfeng chuckled, stroking her ears, then playfully pushed her head down. I still prefer you in your human form. When I go to Poseidon Island, I'll snatch that soul ring and soul bone from Tang San. Then you can repay me by filling my house with little rabbits. Sweet. Chen Changfeng left the Star Do forest once more. Hulaina and the other girls breathed a sigh of relief as the pressure lifted. Meanwhile, 10,000 meters deep in the barrier at the bottom of the Lake of Life, a 1,000-meter silver dragon, dormant for ages, stirred. Its eyes trembled slightly, as if it was about to awaken. Chen Changfeng frowned just after leaving the Lake of Life. Was that a ripple from the Silver Dragon King, Guyuna? No, not exactly, but as his spirit swept the area, the various elemental attributes within him resonated. Sensing something was off, Chen Changfeng amplified his mental power, cautiously probing his surroundings. Sure enough, a massive creature was lurking behind a mountain, so focused it hadn't even noticed his mental scan. It was hunched over, feeding off the Lake of Life's aura. What's this guy up to? Chen Changfeng raised an eyebrow, amused. Did the yin and yang energy of the avenue draw you here? Are you scheming against the Lake of Life? A classic case of the mantis stalking the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind, he mused. The dark devil tiger, of all things. I couldn't find you before. Turns out, you decided to deliver yourself to my doorstep. Chen Changfeng chuckled, suppressing his aura as he crept towards the back of the mountain. He thought to himself that this guy was coveting his own territory. Fortunately, he did not leave just now, otherwise he would. Wan Yan's strength may not be able to defeat a few ferocious beasts, but it's hard to say for Rongrong and Zhu Qing. The consequences will be disastrous, and even if there are a few big ferocious beasts, they may not be able to keep this guy. Could a 60,000-year-old soul beast really be this dangerous? Hard to believe. But when you understood the Dark Devil Tiger's deal, it actually made sense. The Dark Devil God Tiger is said to be a white tiger corrupted by an evil god, twisting its original light attributes into darkness. If you were to judge it by martial spirit standards, it'd be right up there with the Seraphim's god-level spirit. The Dark Devil God Tiger's nature is extremely domineering. It can't improve through its own cultivation. Gaining power for itself is extremely difficult. Its own cultivation is extremely difficult. Only by devouring the soul power of other soul beasts or human soul masters can its own strength be improved. Then it undergoes a quick improvement. what's more, the dark devil tiger is a beast to be reckoned with. Normally, soul beasts might become human martial souls, but not this thing. No one has ever had it as their martial soul. It's not just the dark attribute itself, it's the intensely malevolent power from the evil god, something no human body could handle. Living in the star forest, he possesses the attributes of evil, darkness, thunder and lightning, wind, time, and space, and is extremely intelligent. Even without 100,000 years of cultivation, it fears no soul master or soul beast. The vicious beasts can only drive it away, not kill it. And any title Douluo unlucky enough to cross its path would only meet a gruesome end. 60,000 years, with its bloodline, it must have a beast-level strength. The evil god's bloodline really is something. Still, this guy's only 60,000 years old and doesn't seem able to fully transform. Sure, she's a tigress. After Tang San killed it, it broke through space and traveled to Zhou Weiqing's world. She is also the biological mother of Zhou Weiqing's wife Tiana. No need to worry about gender. The real problem is that she's a spirit beast. He needed to figure out how to force a transformation. Wait a minute. The space-time arena. A light bulb flashed in Chen Changfeng's mind. Didn't the dark devil tiger have that life-saving space-time domain? The one that could rewind soul masters or beasts to their 6-year-old forms. And he also controlled the laws of space-time. What if he reversed the flow of time, turning it from reverse to forward? Wouldn't that accelerate the dark devil tiger's transformation? He felt a sudden inspiration that would shock even the god realm if they heard about it. Lost in thought, Chen Changfeng reached the side of the mountain, inching closer to the dark devil tiger. The beast was so focused on sensing the lake of life that it had no idea he was there. It didn't notice him until he was right behind it. From afar, it looked like a colossal black tiger, completely devoid of any other color. It was over 8 meters long, muscles bulging, probably weighing over 3,000 kilograms. Its tail was much longer than an ordinary tiger's, standing erect and made of countless bones, ending in a huge, dark barb. Chen Changfeng instantly vanished, and the space in front of the dark devil tiger warped. Chen Changfeng materialized out of nowhere. Dark devil tiger. What are you after? Chen Changfeng's sudden appearance scared the bejesus out of the creature, sending it tumbling down the mountain. Scary. Especially for the dark devil tiger, who was completely focused. Roar. With a mix of fear and rage, the dark devil tiger's body glowed with blue light as it fell. It then disappeared in a flash, reappearing behind Chen Changfeng. Its massive claws came down with savage intent. One blow to crush Chen Changfeng's head, relieving its fear and anger. Its claws were already descending. One aimed for the back of Chen Changfeng's head, the other for his waist. The wind attribute made them incredibly fast.